Hey guys, welcome to the video 3 of week 2 of this accelerator program. लास्ट वीडियो में हमने बात की थी किस तरह से आप क्लाइंट से अपने फ़ोन पे परसुएट करना है उनको, हाउ टू मेक देम से येस टू हायर एज अ कंसल्टेंट एंड उसके बाद दिस नाउ टाइम नाउ द क्लाइंट सेज yes let me know what the next steps are or let's get started, let's do it. तो क्लाइंट आपको जैसे yes बोलता है, the next steps क्या होंगे, how you close the deal is what we will do in this video. It's a rather small video because इसमें मैं आपको I'll just give you the next steps and I'll provide the formats that I use that you can use after you close the deal, after you get a yes from your client. So just to give you a recap, so far in this program we have selected your niche, we know the problems and fears and desires of your niche, we have ironed out the target audience with persona, we have learned how to screen a prospect client, we get the client to say yes on phone, ask and get them to ask about the next steps. और अब जाके we will seal the deal by sending them a statement of work and payment invoice. तो अभी तक हमने ये सब किया है. क्लाइंट ने आपने नीश सेलेक्ट करी, नीश सेलेक्ट करके आपने अपनी उसकी प्रॉब्लम्स, नीड्स, डिज़ायर्स, फियर्स एंड डिज़ायर्स को आपने जाना एंड उसके बाद अपने पर्सोनास बनाए एंड लेट्स से लीड जनरेशन प्रोसेस जो होगा वो नेक्स्ट स्टेप कमिंग मॉड्यूल्स में हम टैकल करेंगे. बट यू गेट द client for now. Let's just assume that you get the client who fills out the inquiry form, you send them a survey, आप उनको स्क्रीन करते हो and then आप जो लास्ट कॉल में हमने किया था you get them to say yes and now we are getting them to send you'll send them a statement of work and a payment invoice. तो I want to tell you briefly statement of work क्या होता है, हम ये क्यों भेजते हैं, और invoice सबको आपको पता है इन्वॉइस क्या होता है. व्हेन यू आस्क द क्लाइंट टू मेक द पेमेंट तो दे विल आस्क यू फॉर इन्वॉइस, तो उसका फॉर्मेट मैं आपसे शेयर कर दूंगा. काफ़ी स्टैंडर्ड प्रोसीजर है बट इसमें छोटा सा कैच है. देयर इज समथिंग आई वांट टू शेयर विद यू विच इज़ आई डू नॉट डू फ्री प्रपोजल्स. इट्स समथिंग दैट आई नेवर डू, आई डोंट डू नाउ, आई यूज्ड टू डू इट. It's a mistake that I used to do in the past. After starting my company and working with few clients who made me waste countless hours on creating proposal, did not end up hiring me, I revisited, मुझे पता चल गया मेरी क्या गलती है. So I've learned from mistakes and now I want you to know as well that don't do free proposals for the client. Clients को अपने ऐसा कोई डॉक्यूमेंट नहीं भेजना जो कि which is longer than 5-6 pages in which आप अपने you do not give them a plan in a proposal. स्पेशली हम मार्केटिंग की बात करें, डेवलपमेंट में प्रपोजल्स थोड़े लॉन्ग होते हैं. डेवलपमेंट की सेपरेटली मैं बात करूँगा, लेकिन जब आप मार्केटिंग सर्विसेज सेल करते हो डू नॉट गिव क्लाइंट्स फ्री मार्केटिंग प्रपोजल. क्लाइंट आपसे जैसे ही बोलता है पुलकित कैन यू सबमिट मी अ मार्केटिंग प्रपोजल, say them yes, I'll be happy to submit a proposal but we do not do it for free and you'll have to pay for it and you have to pay for it because it will take me at least 8, 10 or 12 hours basically to put together this proposal for you and I'll have to understand your business as well. So of course I cannot put in so much hours without getting a surety from you or without you having to hire me. You can imagine. So I tell my client that you can imagine that we get a lot of inquiries and if we start giving everyone free marketing proposals, it is not financially feasible for us. So I tell them very politely that sorry, we don't do marketing proposals, we do statement of work. So it's only in case a client asks you for it. In our case हमारा प्रोसेस पूरा स्ट्रीमलाइंड है. इसमें हम क्लाइंट को ऑटोमेटिकली बोलते हैं कि हम आपको एज अ नेक्स्ट स्टेप स्टेटमेंट ऑफ वर्क भेजेंगे विच इज़ अ डिफरेंट डॉक्यूमेंट एंड द क्लाइंट विल टेक इट दिस एज अ प्रपोजल. क्लाइंट को नहीं पता स्टेटमेंट ऑफ वर्क प्रपोजल में क्या फ़र्क है. मैं सिर्फ उन सिनेरियोज़ की बात कर रहा हूँ जब क्लाइंट आपसे एक मार्केटिंग प्रपोजल मांगता है जो एलैबोरेटेड है. क्लाइंट की एक्सपेक्टेशंस हैं ऐसी कि कैन यू सेंड मी प्रेजेंटेशन. डोंट क्रिएट फ्री प्रेजेंटेशंस एंड फ्री प्रपोजल फॉर योर क्लाइंट. Say this, just tell yes, I'll be happy to send you proposal and send them the document that I'm about to send you and send this as a proposal. Call it a proposal for the client, but actually the format is that of statement of work. Do not send lengthy documents to the clients during the sales process. So basically I do not do proposals, free proposals, because proposals are abused by evil clients. clients ask for proposal from various agencies. You take the quote, you take all the information that you have to give them. सारे आपके ideas वो proposals मिल लेंगे and they will not hire you. And ये information leechers होते हैं, जो clients होते हैं इनको information चाहिए होती है, सिर्फ वो ही proposals मांगते हैं, otherwise nobody is interested in proposal. Client को solution चाहिए होता है and they don't have to time to read lengthy proposals. तो अगर आपको वैसे भी लगता है it's not, just know that clients do not have time. Decision makers हैं, company बड़ी है, so they have too much on their plate, and last thing they can do is I don't think they do not have time to spend an hour to review a 30-page proposal. Does not make sense. So जो भी आपने भेजना है मैं आपको फॉर्मेट बताऊंगा. Keep it concise, keep it small. Half an hour से ज़्यादा नहीं लगना चाहिए आपको statement of work बनाने में. That is the bottom rule. Half an hour में आपको फॉर्मेट तैयार हो जाना चाहिए. स्पेशली मैं आपको इसमें जब फॉर्मेट में आपको दे दूंगा तो उसको फॉलो करने के बाद हाफ एन आवर 45 मिनट्स मैक्सिमम 1 आवर जब फर्स्ट टाइम बनाओगे, एक बार बनाने के बाद फिर आप जब उसको रिपीट करोगे शुडंट टेक यू मोर देन हाफ एन आवर द नेक्स्ट टाइम व्हेन यू मेक इट फॉर अ न्यू प्रॉस्पेक्ट. सो प्रपोजल्स आर अब्यूज्ड बाय द इविल क्लाइंट्स. प्रपोजल्स आर एक्सट्रीमली टाइम टेकिंग. जैसा कि मैंने कहा, सीरियस क्लाइंट्स आस्क फॉर अ सोल्यूशन नॉट अ प्रपोजल. क्लाइंट्स एक्सपेक्ट सोल्यूशन इनसाइड द प्रपोजल. जो इविल क्लाइंट्स होते हैं वो चाहते हैं कि आप उनको सोल्यूशन दे दो. डू नॉट गिव द सोल्यूशन इनसाइड द प्रपोजल. आपने उनको कोई भी प्लान, कोई भी रिसर्च करके आपने कोई भी उनको फ्री स्टफ नहीं देना है प्रपोजल में. दैट्स नॉट हाउ यू सेल योर सर्विसेज. आपने उनकी पेन को रिलीफ नहीं करना है. आपने कोई प्लान, कोई भी स्ट्रैटेजी लीक नहीं करनी है. जस्ट टेल देम द स्कोप कि आपने क्या क्या करना है एंड कैसे टाइम फ्रेम होगा. बस इतना बताना है आपने. जो कीप्स the ideas again is you have to keep the document very concise. Proposals are meaningless until you put in time into them. अगर proposals क्योंकि काफ़ी clients, कुछ clients, काफ़ी नहीं, कुछ clients expect करते हैं कि आप उनको, या फिर काफ़ी service providers, consultants ये सोचते हैं कि जितना lengthy proposals बनाएंगे client उतना impress होगा. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता. Clients जो document it's just a formality. क्योंकि एक्चुअल सेलिंग जो है फ़ोन पे होती है. आपने स्काइप पे या फ़ोन पे आप कर चुके हो. क्लाइंट, यू सोल्ड द क्लाइंट, प्राइसिंग उनको पता है. आप बस ये फ्यूचर रेफरेंस के लिए, ताकि आप और क्लाइंट 2-3 महीने बाद किसी बात पे डिसएग्रीमेंट होता है या क्लाइंट वांट्स टू सी कि आप सारा जो इन स्कोप अग्री किया था आपने डिलीवर किया है नहीं किया है, सो दैट द क्लाइंट एंड यू हैव डॉक्यूमेंटेशन डन, सो दैट द क्लाइंट नोज व्हाट टू एक्सपेक्ट फ्रॉम यू. और फ्यूचर रेफरेंस के लिए कभी आपने पीछे जाकर चेक करना है कि काम करना है नहीं करना, यू कैन गो एंड चेक कि क्लाइंट के लिए ये करना था, हुआ है नहीं हुआ है. तो उसी लिए है, इट्स नॉट टू प्लीज अ क्लाइंट, इट इज़ नॉट टू इम्प्रेस अ क्लाइंट. ओके, यू एंड अप वेस्टिंग योर टाइम इफ यू ट्राई टू इम्प्रेस अ क्लाइंट विद द प्रपोजल. इफ अ क्लाइंट आस्क फॉर अ मार्केटिंग और डेवलपमेंट प्रपोजल, आई टेल देम इट्स अ पेड सर्विस. अगर क्लाइंट कहता है कि नहीं, आई नीड अ थॉरो प्रपोजल ओनली, आई ओनली हायर इफ यू टेल मी व्हाट आइडियाज यू हैव फॉर माई ब्रांड. If I'm convinced, if I like your ideas, then I'll hire you. बहुत कम client को ऐसा बोलता भी है, that means it's automatic red flag that it's an evil client. Just run in the opposite direction. लेकिन अगर आपको लगता है कि client में potential है, and this the best way to run away from them is to give them a quote. Tell them that I'll be happy to work on proposals for you, and I have some great ideas for you. But I'm afraid we'll have to charge you for it because I estimate that this proposal is going to take me 20 hours. So my hourly rate is $40 per hour or $50 per hour. So this might cost anything around $1,000. And if the client has, and there's a great value, if a client can hire you to do a proposal, it's a great document because in that case you'll spend time on the proposal and you'll do the research to see which channels the competitors are using. I mean, my clients hire me all the time to do their marketing proposals. They are not marketing proposals, but they are marketing plans, and उसके बाद they end up hiring me to execute that marketing plan, and my clients are happy paying me for it. And the clients who have the budget, they see a lot of value if an agency or a consultant can put in time to create a marketing plan that is actually viable and which is actually effective. So don't be shy in quoting your clients or asking your clients to pay you for marketing plans, development plans, proposals, long documents. Don't do free seva for your clients. Don't give it as a free service. For development projects, especially ticket size more than $10,000, I ask my clients to get a paid estimation. अगर आप कोई development project pitch कर रहे हो, if a client comes to you, if you think that it's a mobile application and they want an e-commerce site and a mobile application, let's say In that case, अगर आप उनको एक rough quote देने के बाद, just first give them a rough quote, just tell them that it might cost you anything around $10,000 to $15,000. आपने एक broad range दे दी, with a caveat that I'll do my research, they'll give you a more accurate estimate. This is just my initial estimation based on the information that you have shared with me. If you want an accurate estimate, I would encourage you to hire me to do a statement of work for you, in which I'll do the feasibility test, feasibility study. I'll do my research, and I might take 10 to 15 hours to put together a statement of work for you, which will have with a confirmation that what you're looking for is possible, the technology that you are selecting is right, and the time frame and code that I'll give you then will be accurate. We'll stick by it. And if you do not let me invest time, and if the client, most of the clients, the good clients, they never say, they are happy paying for the initial development proposals or statement of works. I have sold several statement of work for development clients because they do not want to be in a situation that a programmer, development team quotes them let's say 2 months for a project and an estimation of $15,000, but then ends up taking 4 months, and then ask them to pay additional after 4 months of development that we have put in more hours. So no client, no company wants to be in that position. They want an accurate estimate so that they can safely execute the project, and they can plan the project financially and the time wise properly. So good clients, if you ask them to pay to do analysis, to do documentation, they are happy paying you because they have the money and they want results and they are reasonable. So do not do fee proposals for your clients. If you think you want to put in more time to come up with something, if the document, the proposal is going to take you more than a couple of hours, just feel free to tell the client in advance, ask them to approve so many hours, 10-15 hours, and the hourly rate, and get 50% advance. And after you have 50% advance, then work on the estimation, be it development or be it marketing. But going back to the idea that here we are talking specifically about marketing, selling marketing services. In marketing services, if you follow the channel, you will not need to you will not have a client who will say submit marketing proposal, because here we are completely in control of the how sales cycle will go, and you will tell the client about the next step, and the client will not tell you what has to be done, because after the client says yes, what next, you will tell them that as next step, I'll send you an invoice for the initial deposit, and along with the statement of work, which will have the entire scope of work plus time frame. As soon as you make the payment, I'll set up the project on Basecamp, assign team members, and we can start immediately. So that's how it goes. So you'll not need to worry about the paid proposal part, but until you are doing, you're selling development services, in that case, yes, for all the developers who require to input time in advance, I think it's helpful to get the client to pay you for the development proposal. So I do, like I said, I do statement of work. So let's look at the structure of a marketing statement of work. The structure goes something like this. It has an overview, campaign objective. कैंपेन ऑब्जेक्टिव सबसे बड़ी रिलीफ क्लाइंट के लिए होता है अगर उसको पता है कि द वेंडर इज अंडरस्टैंड्स व्हाट आई एम लुकिंग फॉर, उसको एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव पता है, तो इट्स ग्रेट. एंड आप भी नहीं चाहते कोई डिस्क्रिपेंसी ऑब्जेक्टिव के अराउंड. क्लाइंट का ऑब्जेक्टिव, अगर आपको सोशल मीडिया फॉलोइंग बढ़ाना है तो उसको ऑब्जेक्टिव सोशल मीडिया फॉलोइंग होनी चाहिए. अगर क्लाइंट का ऑब्जेक्टिव सेल्स बढ़ाना है तो उसका ऑब्जेक्टिव सेल्स होना चाहिए. आपके स्टेटमेंट ऑफ वर्क में क्लियरली मेंशन होना चाहिए, ताकि यू आर ऑन द सेम पेज विद द क्लाइंट. एक्सपेक्टेशंस अगर डिफरेंट है क्लाइंट की, क्लाइंट यहाँ पे एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा है इमीडिएट फर्स्ट मंथ में सेल्स एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा है, जबकि आप सोच रहे हो कि आप उसकी ब्रांड अवेयरनेस और सेल्स बढ़ाओगे 6 months में. Now there is a mismatch. So whatever the objective of the campaign is, just mention it very clearly in the document, so that later down the line you can show the client that this, see, I have sent you a statement of work and it's written there that this is what I'm going to work for and this is what I'm going to deliver you, so that there's no discrepancy or confusion. थर्ड इज़ द स्कोप ऑफ वर्क. आप जो भी सर्विस उनको प्रोवाइड करें उसमें क्या क्या चीज़ें उसमें आती हैं स्कोप में. फॉलोड बाय बेनिफिट्स. बेसिकली आपने उनको बताना है, बेनिफिट्स लिखने नहीं, आपने उनको बेसिकली बताना है कि what will happen after they hire you. एंड बेसिकली ऑब्जेक्टिव में ही आता है कि फॉर एग्जाम्पल आप फेसबुक एड्स की बात कर रहे हो, तो आफ्टर वी डन फेसबुक एड्स इन द बुलेट पॉइंट्स you can mention that the objective of this campaign will be to increase your traffic, increase your sales, build brand awareness, build brand recall, and all these are the byproducts of an effective campaign. But basically you're mentioning in the proposal that these are the things that will, these are the good things that will happen, and you do it in a bullet points. No need to write long paragraphs, just write small bullet points with the benefits in case the client actually reads every word of it, which most of the clients will do. So yes, most clients will read because this is a small document, this is not proposal, so they will read it. So when they read the benefits written, it just reinforces the idea that they want to hire you. And followed by the weekly timeline, you mention them week by week, that week 1 we'll do this, week 2, for example, week 1 we'll do the setup, week 2 week 1 we'll do the market research, week 2 we'll do the setup, week 3 we'll set up the ads and start running and collecting data, week 4 we do the optimization, and you make a timeline like this. I'll show you the actual statement of work in which I have a sample timeline in place, so you can take inspiration from it. And then followed by the cost, how much you'll charge. And it's important that when you mention that, there in the format as well, you ask them that you call the cost an investment. So below the cost heading, I'll write that the investment of that you have to make, the investment that you have to make to work with me is so much. So I call it an investment to the client, that you're investing in this relationship. So it's more positive reinforcement for the client that he's investing in the relationship. Followed by the payment terms, I tell the client I used to work on 50-50 payment terms for all these years. I mean, and in the last 6 months or so, I've started charging my clients in advance. And surprisingly, I thought many of my clients might say no, but most of my clients are happy paying me 100% in advance. So if we are to do the Facebook marketing and start in July, and in that case I'll invoice the client for July in advance, asking them to make $1,500 payment, and then I'll start. So every end of month I'll have a month-end call with them. I'll send them monthly reports, and I'll have a call with them and invoice them for the next month. So that's how I typically do it. And then the monthly deliverables, I tell them that they will receive monthly reports from me towards the end of month, after before I send them the invoice, so that they can reevaluate before they pay for the next month. They can evaluate what we have achieved for them. And followed by the project management, because that's one of the biggest concern of the clients, how the project will happen, who will be my point of contact, and all those things. I write a small paragraph about how the project management will go. So here's a sample proposal that I'll share with you. This is how it looks like. So it starts with the heading, the service that I'm going to provide. It's submitted to the client's name by me, the date, and then Facebook ads, email marketing funnels. So here we talk about the campaign of our understanding of client's business, so that clients know that we understand their business model, what is that they do, and followed by the campaign objective, that this is why they this is what our objective is if they hire us. So I mentioned the objective in bullet points. It works like benefits, like I said. You mention the objective in the form of bullet point benefits, and then I talk a little bit about the approach, because there was something specific. The client, this sample proposal for the client, I recently closed the deal with, and she was slightly worried about, because she had an ongoing campaign running, and she wanted us to first. She was already working with an agency that was doing the Facebook ads, and she wanted to ensure that we first see what work they had done before we start trying new things. So I assured her that the first month we'll do we'll analyze what work they have done, and after we review it, then we'll start making tweaks and applying our approaches to make the campaign work for them. So I made a note of it, followed by the scope of work. So scope of work is website review and conversion rate optimization, market research, documentation analysis, creating new strategy, creating emails schedule, dispatch schedule, followed by the timelines. Week 1, this is what we'll do. Week 2, we'll do this. Week 3, 4, 5, 6, this is what we, week 7, 8 onwards, this is what we'll do. Again, we give a timeline for 8 weeks is because the way Facebook ads works is we spend the first month doing the testing, and after first month we have data to do the optimization in the second month. So it takes at least 2 months for us to expect any ROI, any sales from the campaign. We make it very clear to the client that do not expect any sales in the first 2 months, because this is how it will work. And the client knows, we don't have any pressure from the client for the first 2 months. And from third month, we have enough data that will do the optimization to lower your cost per click and all the nitty-gritties that we do. So from third month, they start getting results. So I give them timeline for 2 months and from 7-8 month on. So from week 7-8 month onwards, it's optimization. The great thing about selling Facebook ad services is that जो एक्चुअल वर्क होता है वो फर्स्ट 2 months होता है. जब सेटअप आप मैनेजमेंट कर रहे हो, सेटअप करते हो उसकी, ऑप्टिमाइजेशन करते हो, उसके बाद ऑनगोइंग मैनेजमेंट होता है. तो अगर आप एज सर्विस फेसबुक एड मैनेजमेंट प्रोवाइड करते हो तो आप बॉटम लाइन हिट करते हो क्लाइंट की. इट्स अ सर्विस दैट ईजी टू सेल. क्लाइंट्स को उससे बहुत ज़्यादा फ़ायदा होता है. इट्स वेरी मेजरेबल. एंड आपका इनिशियल 2 months लगाने के बाद कैंपेन ऑलमोस्ट ऑटो पायलट पे चला जाता है. आपको फिर सिर्फ कपल ऑफ आवर्स लगाने होते हैं एवरी वीक टू ओवरसी द कैंपेन. तो उसमें आपके पास फिक्स फ़ी आती है, एंड यू डोंट हैव टू वरी अबाउट you don't have to spend too much time on the campaign. So it's quite profitable in that sense. Then we talk about the cost, that the investment of me working on these ads is so and so. You mentioned the cost here, and followed by the services that will be covered, and the payment terms I mentioned is that $1,200 is due upfront. The client has to pay me $1,200 in advance before we can get started. And the project management is done on Basecamp. All the project communication will happen over Basecamp project management software, and we can have weekly, monthly review meetings to review campaign performance, followed by my address and the footer of the document. So that's pretty much it. How we do it. And then there's an invoice. मैं invoice का format I think आप सबको पता होता है. invoice में क्या होता है? invoice में आपकी tax information होती है, आपका address होता है, आप जिनको invoice करें उनका नाम, उनका address होता है, and followed by आप किस चीज़ के पैसे उनसे ले रहे हो उसका record होता है client के लिए, और आपकी payment method information होती है, followed by a signature, digital signature. तो मैं इसका format जो है आपको I'll put in the repository, and along with other documents that, for example, you might need NDA. काफ़ी clients होते हैं जो NDA sign करने के लिए बोलते हैं आपसे, and they ask you to send them an NDA and sign an NDA with them, a non-disclosure agreement. तो मैं आपको ऐसे format से जो भी documents की ज़रूरत पड़ेगी during the sales cycle, I'll put them into your login area in your repository, which you can customize by putting in your name and your company name, and it'll be an easier point of reference. So I'll put the statement of work in the repository, I'll put the invoice in the repository, and I'll put other formats such as NDA in your login area for your quick access, along with the email pitches and all the formats you can think of, the client objection handling जो last session में की थी, मैं उसकी भी scripts अपनी आपकी login area में डाल दूँगा. You can always go back for your easy reference, so that आपको ज़्यादा दिक्कत ना हो. And anything that you need, इसके अलावा कोई भी information आपको चाहिए होती, कोई भी resource आपको चाहिए, feel free to email me. I'll do my best to get that resource available to you as soon as possible. And yeah, that concludes the week 2 training, the sales training of the first Particle Accelerator program. I hope you had a blast. You learned a lot. आपके जो सेल्स कन्वर्जन रेट इसके बाद से phenomenal रहेंगे. Again, do not get disappointed. This will require don't get disappointed अगर आपकी first 10 sales, first 5 sales में कोई conversion नहीं आती. it just know that you have to first learn the process, and once it starts working for you, it will work like magic. तो थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस करनी पड़ेगी, डिसअपॉइंट नहीं होना अगर क्लाइंट आपको नो बोलता है. जस्ट कीप ऑन ट्राइंग. देयर इज नो रीज़न आप अपनी सेल्स स्किल इंप्रूव नहीं कर सकते. देयर इज नो रीज़न वाई यू कांट बी अ बेटर सेल्स मैन. एंड इफ़ यू हैव डिसाइडेड दैट यू वांट to do better in life, you have to be a good salesman. There's no other option. Okay, so I hope you use the information in the week 2 to improve your sales skills. And like I said, if you have any questions, just email me and I'll help you out. All right, so with this, the week 2 training concludes. In week 3, we'll start working on your website setup. I'll tell you how to set up your consulting website, so that then we can start generating in the following weeks. We can start generating leads, and you can start using your skills to close deals with your clients. All right, so I'll see you in the next week sessions, in which we'll talk about creating your consulting website. Okay, so I'll see you around. Bye bye.